Hi, thank you for coming to my presentation. My name is Makayla Sorensen, and for my senior project, I volunteered at my local hospital. I chose to do this because I want to work in a hospital when I'm older and possibly work as either a pediatrician or an OBGYN and work with mothers and babies through the birthing experience. So I thought that this would be a good project to fit my goals and dreams for the future. This is what I had to wear when I volunteered. This is my uniform, and I wore it with black pants because I couldn't wear denim or jeans. And then comfy shoes were always a good idea because you're walking around, going from patient to patient, room to room, so your feet will get tired if you don't wear comfy shoes. So I went every Tuesday in the months of June and July for about 2 hours a day, and I got to take pictures of the newborn babies and interact with the moms. When the moms check into the hospital to give birth, they get this little wrist bracelet that has their name on it. Every patient has to get this when they check into a hospital, no matter what. And then this is what the mothers wear while they're giving birth. And I'll put this on to show you guys kind of what it looks like. So you just slip that on. It's super comfortable and super easy for the mother and the nurses. So that's what they wear. Working with the mothers was kind of unpredictable, and it brought a new experience every single day. There was good and bad experiences that I had working with these mothers. A good one, I remember walking in to a room to take pictures of the baby, and this mother was alone, and she was kind of looked a little down and a little overwhelmed, I guess, which is not surprising for a new mother to feel this way. But I came in and we started talking, and I was holding her baby, and she just looked super grateful that I came in and offered her help and was holding her baby. And it just made me realize that new mothers need that help, and they're so grateful for any help that they can get, because having a new baby is not easy. The best part about my volunteering had to be working with the little babies. This is actually pretty accurate representation of how little they can be, which is pretty little. And I had to learn a lot of new things while doing this. One of the most important things I had to learn was how to swaddle them, which I'm going to show you guys right now. So you just take this blanket and you take the baby very carefully. You have to be very careful with these little babies. Put them here. The key to swaddling is to wrap them really tight so they're comfortable. It makes them feel like they're still in their mom's stomach when it's tight and warm like that. So you take one side, wrap it, take the other side and wrap it, and then the bottom you can just flip up like this. And then this is how you hold them. And this is what I did when I took pictures, and then I set them down and then just took pictures of them. Not every experience was good, however. There was one day that there was a mistake written on the board in the labor and delivery unit, and I went into, so there's labor rooms and then there's postpartum rooms in the hospital. And I just go into the postpartum rooms to take pictures of the babies, but I accidentally went into a labor room, and the mom hadn't even delivered yet, and it was kind of awkward, but I realized not to go in those rooms, so it all worked out. For my paper, I compared different settings of birthing and birthing options, mostly focusing on the hospital and why that one was superior to the rest, such as birthing centers and home births. I learned a lot about the pros and cons of each of those options, but the best one, the safest one, and the most comfortable one had to be the hospital, because there's doctors there, they make you comfortable, and it's definitely the safest for the mom and the baby because the risk of the complications are reduced drastically. I learned a lot while writing my paper. The most important thing that I learned was to, before you give birth, make your decision early, be prepared, and be informed about all your options. There's pros and cons to every option, so it just depends what the mother wants and what she feels comfortable with. But the hospitals are definitely the safest and most reliable and promising out of all of the options that you can give birth at. Personally, in my family, everybody has chosen to give birth in a hospital. These are some pictures of me when I was born in a hospital. This is the doctors. I don't know if you guys can see this, but these are the doctors that helped my mom give birth. This is after I was born, and they were performing a test called the APGAR test, and this just checks for a healthy baby. If there's any complications with the baby, then they will deal with those. It's one of the pros about a hospital birth. This is me and my mom after I was born. Here's some pictures. And then here's me swaddled up with my umbilical cord clamped. So I can testify, my whole family can testify that hospitals offer a lot when it comes to giving birth, and I think they provide for a very unique and a very positive experience while giving birth to the baby. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Makayla, how many babies on average did you take pictures of daily?
Daily I took between, it depends on the day. Some days I only took 3 pictures, some days I took 8 pictures. I would say on average I take around 6 pictures a day of the babies.
What did you do with the pictures once you were done with them?
So the pictures I take with a little camera, and then that's it for my job, but then my volunteer coordinator prints the pictures out, and they put them in this little Mountain View folder, and then they just ship them to the mother's house, and then they can have them. Yep.
Did you ever hear any moms say that they wish they weren't delivering in the hospital?
I did not. I never heard a mom talk negatively about the hospital, about their experience, so no, I didn't.
That's good.
Yes.
When you're volunteering at the hospital, what would you take out of it and put it in your life when you're having a baby?
Probably to just be prepared and know what you're getting into and knowing all of your options, but I would say doing research on the hospital and everything helps a lot, and just being prepared and informed and not being surprised.
Would you recommend a birthing class before you deliver?
Yes, I would recommend a birthing class before you deliver. It gives you a lot of insights kind of on what it's going to be like, some techniques. Birthing's not easy, so you want as much knowledge and preparation as you can. So, all right, if you have any more questions, feel free to come talk to me afterwards. Thank you.